Well, hello there, and thank you so much for joining us here on Facebook Live. And many of you have seen a few posts about something very, very, very special that's happening this evening. I will be doing the Himalayan Gem Show, but I have a very special guest. Now, some of you know who it is, and some of you don't. But for those of you who don't, you probably just figured it out from the laugh. Richard Nestor is back with us.
This is so nice.
Oh my gosh,
so nice to see you. And so nice to see all of you out there. Yeah, it's been a long time.
It has been such a long time. Way too long, as a matter of fact.
Thank you.
Well,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We're going to have a great show a little bit later, but right now, so many of our guests, they want to say hello to you. They want to know what you've been doing. So how about we start with that? What have you been doing, Richard?
I've been very busy. This month I'm actually doing my 6th play, and we just finished a matinee yesterday, and then we're going back on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I've been doing a play. A lot of you that follow me on Facebook, my Aunt Annie, who passed away, her sister, who is now 90, she decided she wants to move from Hamilton and live in Niagara Falls, so I moved her this month to Niagara, and now I'm doing Himalayan Gems for this visit.
I know, well, it's very, very exciting.
It is exciting.
Now, how did this all come to be?
Well, I was having my coffee one morning, and I opened up my emails, and I got this lovely email from Lori, Andrew's wife, and first of all, I do want to say to all of you that are watching right now, from Lori and Babs, Andrew's mother, and Andrew's entire family, his beautiful daughters, they thank you so much for the wonderful words and the support, and they couldn't have done it without you, and I just wanted to pass that on to you. And working with Andrew over the many, many years, and I'm still in quite shock. I just love that man, and I loved Himalayan Gems, and I loved everything that he would do for that show. And so when I opened up my email, she had asked if I would do the show, and I was so flattered and touched, and she was saying, would you be our, and I'm quoting her, a guest of honor, and I said, no. I am honored to be the guest. Because as you know, working with Andrew, how wonderful it was, and how much fun we had, and he just had so much passion and love for his jewelry. And I'm just hoping I can bring that this evening to all of you. And I have to say, we have a wonderful, wonderful show and lineup for you later on this evening. But that's how it kind of started, where she asked me, and I said, of course. I'm just terribly flattered to be asked.
Well, so many wonderful memories of Andrew.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, going back, 22 years,
Wow.
And it's always just been.
Was it that long?
So it's at least at least 22 years. Let's take a look at some of the photographs.
So handsome. Every
He's
time I used to walk in the studio,
yes.
I'd say, look at that shirt, look at that look at that jacket.
And always said hello to everyone.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Said hello to the crew. Said hello to everyone in audio. And that was what so many of our colleagues have said. How much we miss him very much every single day. But what a gentle, kind man he was.
Absolutely.
Of the epitome of class.
Yes.
In absolutely every way. So beautiful memories, nothing but beautiful memories with Andrew.
And beautiful jewelry. How many of you had a collection and started a collection and still have one?
Yes, I do.
But how everything is so handcrafted, and the stones are hand cut, and everything is just beautifully done, and the weight of the product, and just the quality. But having Andrew bring them to the shopping channel, and now kind of stepping into his shoes for this visit, I just feel so privileged and so honored. And like I said, we do have such a great show coming up later on. We're doing it at 8 o'clock.
We're doing it at 8 o'clock.
That's where the showstopper starts.
That's right. The showstopper tonight.
I like that.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And then you'll be doing a show with Dawn.
With Dawn.
And then I will be with you. And then with Denise tomorrow.
Wow,
during the
I
day.
get to see everybody again,
know,
too.
Isn't that great?
Yes,
and
I love
then
that.
I'll be doing a show with you tomorrow evening as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so it's like,
If there's anything left.
If there's anything left. Well, at least I get to do the first show with you.
Yes.
So we'll have a bit there. All right, now we want to say hello to Jessica, Aunt George, Carla, Lynn St. Dennis is watching. Hi. Patricia, Judy, so many wonderful people who have been waiting with bated breath to say hello, to see you. And you know, just reading some of the messages that I got myself on Facebook, they were saying, I know it's Richard. I hope it's Richard. It has to be Richard. It can't be anyone else but Richard.
That's nice.
And of course, I mean, we've said it, big shoes to fill, but you know what? It had to be you.
But it's going to be not hard
you.
because well, thank you, but it's not going to be hard because the jewelry speaks for itself. It's always, every time Andrew would come and do a show, and I usually would kick off the showstopper.
Yes.
Not on my days off, of course I wasn't here, but we'd have our meeting and everything. You'd see the most gorgeous pieces, and he'd always have those, and I think we have them in our show, those collectible items where there's only a few, and they're big and they're bold. And I understand that this season, because you know every year the jewelry lines, they change, and what's hot and what's not and everything. Well, sexy is back.
Sexy is back.
Sexy is, and big and bold.
Big,
is
bold,
back,
and beautiful. Absolutely. Now we want to ask a quick question. What is your favorite Richard or Andrew memory? We're giving away a $25 savings card, and you can spend that any way you want. But we'd like you to get involved and join the conversation and let us know. I know myself, I have a lot of memories of both of these wonderful gentlemen, and one with you. I always remember this one with you. When I first started, now Richard and I have known one another before being here at TSC.
Very early 90s or late 80s.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember when I was fairly new here at TSC, and I'd be doing some of the late shows, and I'd be, all of a sudden, I would see Richard pirouette right across the camera. Do you remember when you
I've always wanted to be a dancer.
Yeah. We always had so
I forgot about those.
much fun. We had a lot of fun. And of course, so many wonderful memories of with Andrew. I was always absorbing everything that he talked about with his stones, his stories, and you could feel his passion with every single piece of jewelry. As a matter of fact, I'm wearing a pair of earrings from these aren't from Himalayan. These are from the Silver Show, Silver Gallery.
Right, okay.
But I absolutely had to wear these today as well.
They're beautiful.
Aren't they gorgeous?
I mean, when you think of the incredible contacts that he has made over the years in India and Paul and all these wonderful artisans that create these gorgeous pieces, and of course the designer here, Melissa, and such. But when you think of how all of that just comes together, it just makes it so simple when it brings it to the shopping channel to all of you. The exquisite artwork is unbelievable, because everyone's an original when you really think of it.
They're
breathtaking.
That's right.
Breathtaking pieces.
And the fact that all of the people that he worked with, I mean, it spans actually about 40 years.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
They all became extended
they are
family to them.
Absolutely.
He became uncles, to them. He saw them, he saw them grow up. He saw their children get married and have children of their own. So he became he became a global uncle.
Yeah, yes, it's true.
He really did.
True. It's true. But when you see all of all of them, gosh, I can't even imagine all the gemstones, and how many times that Andrew would bring a certain stone that we haven't even heard of, that he would introduce not just us, but to all the viewers out there, a new stone that was just like a new find. Like I hear the green onyx that we have this evening is like something that's kind of they've been slipping in every once in a while. It's become very, very popular lately. So there's always something exciting. And he was nonstop working all the time. I love that picture. That's such a great picture of you and
Sean and I went down to visit Andrew and Laurie. We spent an afternoon down there. We were absolutely blown away. The gemstones, the energy, just in the office. It was breathtaking. You could feel the walls with all of the energy and all of the beautiful gemstones. And here he is with his, their beautiful daughters. and just such a lot of love in
Yeah.
that family, a lot of love. And to you, Lori, as well. We just, we send our love out to you, and, you know, for your strength and with the family. And we're always going to be here for you.
Yeah, and just carrying it on. I mean, this
Yes.
was, you know, Andrew's, you know, love, his family, and of course all his beautiful jewelry and all the wonderful designs. It's going to be a fun couple of hours.
Oh,
but Andrew's here in spirit, that's
yeah,
for sure.
Definitely. And he was just such a generous gentleman. I remember, you know, just doing shows with him, and he would say, Greta, you know so much about stones. And I'd say, Andrew, I know nothing. Like, being beside you, I know nothing whatsoever, you know, but I'm absorbing, I'm learning so much, because I mean, I've always loved gemstones, as you
Yeah,
love
oh my gosh,
gemstones.
yes.
Do we have blue topaz in
yes,
the
we
show
do.
tonight?
And still a big fan of blue topaz.
Yes.
But what makes it fun is that, you know, you get introduced to something new every single visit. A little secret Lori was telling me that I guess Andrew, as all of us get, you know, when you get on the air, you get that little bit of nervousness. And I know in the beginning it was I think Carol was his very first host. That'll break you in. She makes it very simple and very fun and very easy, but you know,
actually.
and he was always enjoying when it would pay a visit here at the shopping channel. But he always had to be very prepared, and he was always very prepared when he came on set.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, they never skipped a beat.
Never
whatsoever.
Never.
Absolutely. All right. Well, they certainly couldn't have chosen a better person to represent the line. I mean, that is absolutely the truth. This is from Marilyn and Cheryl Ann. Good to see you and Greta together again, Richard, even though it's under sad circumstances with Andrew.
He's here in spirit.
He definitely, he's sitting right here.
Yes.
And Carla says, I always think of Andrew, how he spoke to viewers and customers with sincerity, as well as showing how much he cared about the people who created the jewelry and what he presented with each show.
Yeah.
And it's all true. And it's so nice that his energy was felt by our viewers.
Always.
He touched every single person individually. And it was like you were the only person in the room.
Yeah.
He was talking to you.
And that voice. He had such a fabulous voice.
I mean, you just stopped. You just wanted to listen to that voice. As it really beautiful. Well, so are you enjoying retirement?
Absolutely.
I like that. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I love it. Yeah. It was, you know, there's different circumstances why I did leave. It wasn't like I wanted to, but it was, you know, family things. So it's been 6 years now. But I think anybody that wants to retire, a little tip, always prepare what you want a little ahead of time. And when I was moving back to the Niagara area, I said, you know what? I just put it out in the universe. That's something Andrew would do. You just put it out in the universe.
Yes.
And I said, I want to be in a play. I want to start doing plays. I want to work in a winery. And I mean this. The same day I got a job in a winery, and I got the call. The producer called me and said, I'm in the play.
Oh,
so at the very same
have
day.
to do it.
No, I didn't stay at the winery that long because it was more glamorous than here.
Yeah. Too much wine?
Not enough. But it was, and I loved it, but it was just a little bit too much work. So I'm now on my 6th play.
It was a beautiful winery too.
Oh, it's a
wasn't it?
gorgeous winery, culinary.
Yeah.
So for any of you that are shopping with us on Facebook with us right now, unbelievable. When you retire, just always, you know, before and I think I had a 9-month, I gave them notice here at the shopping channel, and before I even moved back to Niagara, is that just plan what you're going to do. And, you know, and I've never, ever, the only thing I only have a problem with is that I never know what day it is.
Yeah.
Is it Thursday? Actually, it's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Oh, okay. That's my
But
biggest
you're so
biggest problem.
busy all the
Always.
time.
Well, my 2 brothers I'm there with. Now I have my aunt who's now joining us.
Right.
So even before I came here, I had big shopping bags of groceries. First I went to my aunt's, dropped all that stuff off.
Right.
Then I went to my brothers and got all their stuff. And then I came to the shopping channel today.
Exactly. And I always used to joke with you and say, I mean, I don't know
I have an Uber hat.
How did you even find time to even work? Because you were so busy.
That's why I
everything you did.
A night shift where everybody else is in bed, tucked away, sleeping. I was on the air with Andrew and all of you, you know, which I loved. I loved working night shifts. For me, it worked out for me, especially living out in the east end of Toronto and driving from here, and then I'd have all the highways to myself going home at 1 o'clock.
And it's so peaceful, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, I could do a Seinfeld thing on the Gardner.
Exactly.
You know, it was just, there was nobody
But I'll
there.
tell you one thing, you working at night, you definitely kept the crew entertained. Always
I'm surprised there wasn't a lawsuit.
So,
you know?
it was
right,
almost,
Mike?
It was.
Oh, right. Sorry. Ours is still in litigation.
It was almost. it was almost a lot of fun. Now, Kim says, I was brought to tears along with Susan Petrie when she was sharing her memories with Richard and saying how
I
he
still
would
cry
bring
if I see
treats
that.
in of some kind for them to enjoy while getting ready for their shows that evening.
I know,
Yeah.
because Susan and I did the same shift. Not the same. Well, we did the same shifts. Hours, of course. She was
Yeah.
on first, then I'd be on for 2 hours. We'd do 2 on, 2 off.
Yes.
But when Susan would go and do her makeup at 4 o'clock, I'd always go in with her for, like, we worked together for 17 years doing it. And then I would, bring. She loved jujubes and licorice and stuff and watermelon.
She also liked ketchup potato chips.
I could do, oh yes, I would bring. So I would bring her all these healthy things. But when she did her goodbye if I watched that now, I would start crying.
Yeah.
She just broke down. It was.
Listen, let's not talk about it because I'll start crying right now. I'm a
but
mess
I'm back.
when it comes. Yeah, definitely.
I thought when they were saying Town and Country magazine, they were bringing sexy back. I thought they were talking about me, but they're talking about
course they
Himalayan
were
gems. That's what they're
Well,
talking about.
they definitely are talking about Himalayan gems, and it's going to be a treat. It's going to be wonderful tonight.
it's
and I'm
us.
so happy that
it's gonna be
I'm
fun.
doing the show with you,
It's going to be fun.
Richard.
There's so many. There's 52
Really?
new items in the
Yes.
show, and the showstopper is absolutely gorgeous.
It's stunning, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
it's sexy.
And we have something for everyone. So just to remind you again, we're giving away a $25 savings card. We have a question. What is your favorite Richard or Andrew memory? We want to hear what you have to say. We know there's been a lot because you were here for
23 years.
23 years. 23 years. So I know I've got a book full of memories.
Well,
Many of them I couldn't talk about on air.
Well,
but
we all posted on Facebook. We all went to lunch, a bunch of us hosts,
Yes.
and then you were saying that Sandy Savelli brought this.
she brought 2 binders.
And all the pictures that I have posted, whether it was with Greta
Yeah.
or Connie Stevens or Joan Rivers, I never owned a camera. If it wasn't for Kelly Oliver and Sandy Savelli, I would not have this whole array of photos. They would even print them and bring them to me.
Exactly. I'm the same way.
Because I never owned a camera.
When we were going through
Did
the
you recognize
albums,
any of those pictures? Because
I
didn't.
no, I had no idea.
No
I said, "Is
memory
that
of
really
them.
me?"
I thought, was I drunk?
Again. No,
Kidding.
there were a lot of them. I saw pictures with so many people, with Suzanne Summers, with Connie Stevens, and it was just great. But thank you, Sandy Savelli.
Yes.
Thank you,
And
Sandy
Kelly
Savelli.
Oliver, yes.
And Kelly,
Yes,
Kelly
yes.
Oliver, absolutely. Well, it's just going to be so very exciting, and I don't know. I'm just so happy. It feels like you've never left now.
Do you know what? When I was driving
know?
into the parking lot, because it's been a long time since I've been here, and I was like, wow. And, it just felt like home week. Like walked in, everybody, I recognize all the faces, and it's going to be fun. We're all here. It's all for Himalayan Gems. I'm here also to sit in for our wonderful, wonderful friend Andrew Stone, and it's going to be hard shoes to fill for this visit. But you know what? I'm so blessed, and I just feel as when Laurie said, be the guest of honor. I just want to repeat this: that no, I'm honored to be the guest of this show, and I've always loved Andrew. I've always loved Himalayan Gems as much as you have. I mean, so many showstoppers. Gosh, the first night we'd be. Oh my God,
Richard! Oh,
wow!
Look at all these!
Oh,
my gosh,
Lord!
Oh my goodness! All right, now do you remember all of these moments? All right, with Joan.
Oh, of that one,
of course.
and I know what that one was for.
Richard! Oh my gosh! I love this. Oh my goodness me! Oh, with Richard
Oh, wasn't
Simmons.
he? When I first met him, I was doing a show the night before. He was here visiting. Thank you guys.
That was great.
And I was doing a show, and then I was thinking it must have been a blender or something because he kept calling me Whip It Boy, Whip It Boy. And he says, your nails need to be done. So when we had our first meeting together, Richard and his team in his dressing room, he did my nails.
Is that
He gave me he took out he had a Barbie bag, and he took all his stuff out, and he gave me a manicure during our meeting.
He was a
he was so much fun.
He was
fun.
so
oh my gosh.
much fun.
You think what you see on the air multiply that by 2.
Yeah, that's right.
In here.
That's who he was.
Yes.
He was very real, and sometimes he would just pop into one of the other shows and just kind of saunter by the cameras,
that's true.
you know.
That's true. You thought I did the dancing, but I always did it behind the camera, not in front of it.
In front.
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask you, what have you missed about being here?
People.
Yeah.
Seeing all of you guys. But you know what? That's one good thing about Facebook.
Yeah.
And how many friends I have connected with when I worked at another network back in the 80s that oh my gosh, it's such and such, they're asking for a friend request, or I do them.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to connect, but it's the people. I mean, the job, I love the job. You know, what are we doing? We're talking, and we meet wonderful, wonderful people. But
we are
people.
family.
It is absolutely 100%.
A lot of people would ask, "What's it like being there?" I said, "You have no idea." Even guests who have come in, especially from the States, they would say there's such a different energy here in Canada with everyone. Everyone is just so cohesive and friendly. And I remember one guest said to me, "You Canadians, you just hug everyone, don't you?" I said, "That's what we do."
It's in our contract. but it's funny how many of us, including you, are 25 years and more.
Yeah,
in not just at Rogers, but in this company.
In this company, 25
So what does that
years.
say right there?
That's
we're
right.
all family.
We are family.
Yeah.
We definitely are.
Okay, where's the song coming?
Yeah, I just heard it in my head. That's right.
We're so 70s, you and I.
Yeah, well, oh boy, are we ever. Janet says, "Wow, Richard, by the way, you look great."
Oh, thank you.
You do.
Thank you.
And Andrea Turner, loved Andrew. I learned so much about gemstones. So happy Richard is doing the show. He's great. Miss Richard on TSC.
Thank you.
And Janesta says, "Always my favorite memory of Richard are those with him and Joan Rivers."
Oh.
Yeah, they always seem to have a great connection. And Luann Kelly says, "Always the memory of Richard and Joan."
I'll share that one because that one shot that Joan and I were doing, the one they just showed earlier, and I won't say any names, but you know this story, where one of the other guests was ill on the air.
Oh, yes.
And they left his mic up and not mine, so you could hear it and everything. Well, Joan was obsessed with that.
Yes.
Obsessed with that.
Yes.
And she wanted the tape. She was offering money to get the tape. And I said, "You're not getting it because you're going to end it up on," back then, it was so long ago, Entertainment Tonight. We're going to get in trouble.
Exactly.
So while we were sitting there live on the air, that's what you saw, her head go like this. I don't know if they'll show it again. And she goes, "Richard, has anybody come on air drunk?" And I panicked because I knew exactly what she meant. And I looked at her and I said, "Yeah, Kelly over there, the model." And she goes, "Well, that's a given." She goes, "Well, I know somebody that said, 'Look at these pearls.'" I was crying.
Well,
because I knew exactly what she was doing.
Well,
what she was there. Watch, you'll see it come up. And you can when she's saying, "Well, I know somebody who came on the air drunk." I remember. I remember that conversation. You know how the blood goes to your head, and I'm thinking, "My God, we're live TV. What is she going to say? What is she going to say?"
Well, I happened to be doing a show with that particular person when that happened. Twice. Yeah, but. I mean, those are things.
Live TV.
It's all about live TV.
Live TV.
Live TV.
If I had to think of some of the things that I have done on live TV.
Oh my goodness.
Now I'm doing a live play, and you know what? I find that more nerve-wracking than sitting here right now with you.
Why is that?
Well, because maybe I have so many lines, and and I have to hand my wife in the play a glass of champagne. I was shaking so bad the other night. I was hoping they were going to add in there that I was, a recovering alcoholic or something, because I was just like, I'm just a nervous wreck, because with here we're just having fun. I don't have a script, as you can tell.
Thank goodness. I'm not good. I'm not good with.
But this,
good with scripts
and
at all.
then it kind of helps
Yeah.
because when I'm in a play, I'm obsessed that every night I'm up at 2 or 3 in the morning. Lying in bed, I wake up and then I go through all my lines. So it's when you're live on stage.
I admire you for that.
Oh, well,
because
thank you.
I am so not good. Thank goodness we don't have school. I mean, we're just live.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people say, "Well, how do you guys
I get that
do
all
what
the
you
time.
do?"
Do you have
I
a teleprompter? I get that all
and
the
I say,
time,
no,
yeah.
it's divine intervention a lot of times.
And tonight it's
as
going to
well.
be Andrew.
It's going to be
Tonight
all
is gonna
about
be
Andrew, and he's
yeah.
going to be right here.
Helping
he's
me.
going to be right here with us.
Helping
he
me.
He really is.
Helping
And
me.
just looking forward to the show. There's 52 new, you were
Have you
saying.
seen the lineup?
I've looked
Breathtaking.
online. Absolutely.
The Ring showstopper is out of this world
It
gorgeous.
sure is.
Yeah.
And there truly is something in the shows from tonight, 8 o'clock, tonight at 11 o'clock,
Yes.
and then you'll be doing the 2 shows tomorrow in the morning, and then I have a 5 o'clock, and then I believe you'll be doing
There's
the
an 8
last
o'clock
show,
one.
an 8 o'clock show
Right.
as well.
Right.
Something for everyone, and try and watch all of the shows if you can, because not every show is going to be the same, but every show is going to be very special.
Right.
With 52 brand new, it's going to be amazing.
And this is, I understand, and I'm just going to look over it right there. This is the last showstopper for 2022.
That's right, you were saying that.
This is
Richard.
the very last one. The next one's not till February.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a great gift for right now, isn't it? People are starting to shop. I never seem to do that early. For,
I do.
You're smarty pants, because
I do.
I'm too lazy.
I have to.
It's like, does anybody want any
Yeah.
stale donuts for Christmas presents? Or anything from the gas station? Would you like an oil change? Because I'm last minute. So, but if you wait till you see the showstopper
Yeah.
tonight, but it's the last one, and
Yeah.
we're only in October.
Yeah.
This is the last showstopper of the year.
But the thing is, I listened to talk radio all the way to work and on the way home, and they were saying that people are adamant about doing their shopping
And, I
early
think
now.
that's smart, because
Yeah.
they're trying
And
to space the
also-
dollar. And
exactly,
Yeah.
and getting what they want when
Yes.
they see it, they want to get it to make sure that they
Yeah.
have it, and to make sure that they do get it
that's true.
for the holidays.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
that's really. And speaking about celebrations, I also want to say Happy Diwali to there's a beautiful Festival of Lights celebration happening today for our South Asian friends. So Happy Diwali to everyone.
Was this?
Yeah.
There's 3 cameras here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, was that supposed to be mine?
Luann.
Mike, all the am I supposed to be talking to that one before? I'm always, I skipped that class. Sorry.
There you go.
I was at the Dairy Queen having
Well-
a blizzard when they were doing cameras things here.
Well, you know what, Luann
I've never
says
done a
she loves your
Facebook Live.
socks.
This is the first one.
It is.
Yes,
That's right. I
yeah.
think this is only my second or third. Let's check out the socks.
Oh.
Luann says she loves your socks.
Thank you.
And I noticed the socks when we were talking a little bit earlier. I love socks. I love fun socks. Stephen Wong, always the Richard and Richard show when Hayes was on. The Richard and
He
Richard.
is such a nice guy. Thank you,
Oh,
Stephen.
yes. And then Joe Patterson. Hi, Greta and Richard. So excited to be watching you and looking forward to the show tonight. Thank you so much,
8
Joe.
o'clock.
Looking forward to having you all with us. It's just going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that you, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm so thrilled that you're going to be doing the Himalayan Gems show.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad. Honestly, I'll just say it. It couldn't be anyone else but you.
And the connection
Yeah,
also
because-
was,
yes.
but also not
Yeah.
just with Andrew. I knew
Yeah.
Andrew's mom long
Yes.
before Andrew. When I
Exactly.
worked at that other network from 1984 when I started. I'm sure Babs was there
Yes.
many years even before me. I left in 1995, and I've worked with Babs for many years. So then when I met Andrew, and then I realized, I remember the first meeting we had together, and he said my mother said to say hello, and I went, oh my God, Babs! She was a fabulous producer. She'll be watching tonight.
Yes, she will.
She's going to be watching
And
tonight.
as a matter of fact, she's probably watching right now.
Oh, Hey Babs.
Yeah, so Hey Babs and
And
Lori.
Lori, yeah.
I mean, all of them and the girls. It's just very exciting.
Yeah.
You know, we've been waiting for this moment, and I know Lori's been waiting for this moment, and you know, getting the line together and
Well, and as you know,
going forward with it.
in this business, as any business, whether it's fashion or jewelry, they work months in advance.
Oh, gosh,
so
yes.
these shows were booked a long time
That's
ago.
right.
So I love these memories.
Lots of wonderful memories, lots of stories.
Is that in
lots of
downtown
beau-
Toronto? It's
That is
beautiful, yeah.
downtown Toronto, yes. And then Andrew and his travels, you know, just being
And the architecture,
lovely.
in fact, we'll explain that at 8 o'clock this evening. There's the showstopper, the setting itself, the band was designed from a window.
Oh, how
And there's,
wonderful.
I mean, you think, in Nepal and even in India and all these wonderful exotic places, you just look out the window, you're inspired.
You are.
You're inspired.
You can't help
you know?
not be.
Yeah.
To be just looking at, it could be a piece of architect.
Oh,
on-
or
and
just a
then
corner
that's
of
where-
it or
yeah,
something.
And
yeah.
then that's
yeah.
where I used to always say, do you ever sleep? I mean, because you have to have
Yeah.
a pad and pencil.
Always.
Because it
Or
could
now I
be-
guess it's your phone. You could use
yeah,
your phone
you
and
could
take a
definitely
picture.
do that as well. But it's, you know, I'm happy that you're here.
Oh,
I'm
me
happy that
too.
you were available.
Oh,
that you
well.
weren't doing a
Well,
play right now.
There are people called. I am doing the play, but
Right.
it's Friday, Saturday,
Right.
and Sunday. So I don't know if the schedules were adjusted. I don't
Right.
know these things. I'm behind.
So can you tell us a little bit about the play?
Yeah, it's called Separate Beds, and it's a woman who wrote. And it's funny that you should say that because the woman that wrote it, she's from Welland, and she's actually directing it for the very first time. It's been out for well over 20 years. There's mention of the Shopping Channel in it.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
it's funny. It's a comedy, but she wrote this one act where they're on a cruise ship, this couple. It's the 30th anniversary, you know, the trials and tribulations of being married for 30 years. And then there's spots where they're talking to somebody. Well, I guess they've realized, like, well, wait a minute, who are you talking to? So she created the second act, and that's me with my wife, and we're just hoity-toity little, you know, people that we think we're a little snotty, you know, kind of. She's waiting for a phone call. My wife, she's waiting to hear from her agent if she's going to be in a movie with George Clooney, and I'm an optometrist who's just trying to take, you know, advantage of everything. And I'm not a very nice person, which I love playing.
Oh,
Because I
yeah.
find I'm a pretty nice guy. I'm pretty
dang
friendly,
nice
pretty
guy.
nice. But we get nasty, and it's fun, and it's funny, but it's fun, but it's nerve-wracking.
I
but,
bet.
but it's fun. I'm having a good time.
But sold out shows all the time.
Yes, it has
Yeah.
been. Yes.
I know quite a few of our friends have gone.
Yes,
You know,
Asha was
people
there
here.
yesterday.
That's right. All right. Well, last chance. What's your favorite Richard or Andrew memory? We're giving away. We are giving away a $25 savings card for you to spend at, you know, any time you want. Actually, maybe even tonight.
Yes. Ooh.
Maybe even tonight. That would be really great. You know, it's just so good to have you here with us. We've been waiting. We've been like chomping at the bit. Like,
I'm trying to think how long I've known
great.
it.
And of course, I know it was supposed to be a secret, but so many people guessed.
Really?
Oh my goodness. Or you know our good friend Peter from the warehouse?
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Peter
He just retired. Too.
Yeah, who just retired after 30 years
Yeah,
here,
can you
32
imagine?
years here
God
at
bless
TSC.
him.
He sent me a private message. I know who the guest is. That was Peter.
I never said a word.
No, I know you didn't. I know he said, I know who it is. It's Richard. I didn't even bother. Peter, you know I love you. I didn't answer him back. I didn't say a word. And I had a lot of people saying, Greta, is it going to be Richard? Is it Richard? And you know I always write you back. I didn't write anyone back. I didn't reply to anyone.
Well, again, it's extremely flattering and it's lovely. But like I said, I am honored to be the guest. This is all about Andrew Stone, and this is all about Himalayan gems, and it's
Yeah.
all about you. So I'm flattered that
Yes,
you know,
very true.
And it's just like old home week with everybody. Like I said,
It is.
you asked what I miss. All of this, the people. To me, just coming to work was always just fun. And I always said if I wasn't having fun when it was like midnight almost, midnight on the air here, it's 1:30 in Newfoundland. And if I'm not having fun, how are they going to have fun?
Well, isn't
you
that
know
the
what I mean?
truth?
So
Exactly.
Let's make it fun. You know,
and
it's shopping.
we're shopping, we're having fun. And I have so many, you know, Richard memories. I really do. I mean, it's hard to pick. It is really hard to pick just one, for sure. I mean, do you remember when I first started and my audition?
Yes.
I did my audition here with you,
Mm-hmm.
and I completely flubbed up the
No,
first one.
but you froze, and
Yeah,
we all did, and
yeah.
you weren't in that headspace.
Yeah.
So I said, let's.
And it's
we
weird
did, but
because-
you did it. We went to your house.
That's
And then
right.
I made little cards that said,
Yeah.
you know, 1 minute, 30
Yeah.
seconds, just to give you the feel of the studio. And
I
then-
didn't even know about the shopping channel at that time. And I had been, and it's really funny because I
Well, you had a
been-
connection with Hugh.
I
Yeah.
had a connection with Hugh
boss.
Wilson, who had a connection here with,
Everything's
you know, with
connected to
everything
everything.
is connected. And even though I was already always on movie sets, but to be on live camera, that was foreign to me. So even though I'd already been in the industry, it was like daunting. I didn't even know what I was getting myself into. and then here I am, 25 years later.
Exactly. Well, it's like I said, I worked with Babs,
Yeah.
who's the mother of Andrew Stone, and now I'm sitting
Right.
here
And then I
for
repped
Himalayan
you.
Gems. Everything is
Yeah.
connected to everything.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's that whole 6 degree of separation.
Always.
And I've always said, talk to someone long enough, and there will be a connection.
Yeah, or I owe them money.
Yeah.
Yes. Something like that.
Something like
Yeah.
that. Well, guess who our winner is? It's
Oh.
Janesta Holloway. Thank you so much, Janesta. Thank you very much for tuning in. We look forward to hearing what you're going to be spending your $25 savings card on. And remember, the show is tonight at 8 p.m. And again, how many new items, Richard?
52 new items.
52
That's
new
a lot of
items.
shopping.
That's a lot of shopping. That's going to be great. Maybe some that you've seen before, some pieces, but over all of the, okay, how many shows are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, what, seven? Six or seven shows? Something like that?
Yeah, there's 8 and 11
11
tonight, and then
tonight.
there's tomorrow I have 11, 2, 5, and 8.
Okay.
So that's 6.
Right,
6
okay.
hours. But that doesn't necessarily mean that everything's going to be there.
No,
you know.
that's right.
'Cause
And
this is the last show of the year. I just want
Yes.
to remind all of you, the next one's not until February 2023. So last showstopper for the year.
Well, we're going to say so long for now. My mother told me never to say goodbye.
Oh, okay.
So we are going to say so
See ya.
long for now. And we will definitely be looking forward to seeing you live in the studio at 8 o'clock tonight.
We will.
Bye for
Thank
now.
you, sweetheart.
Thank you.
See you at
I'm
8.
so happy.
Me too.
I mean, I can actually reach out.